Imagine flipping a switch and nothing happens. No lights, no internet, no air conditioning. For most of us, this is a temporary inconvenience, but what if it wasn't? What if this was the new normal because a critical part of our power grid was under attack? Today, we're diving deep into a hidden vulnerability within the U.S. energy network, one that has experts seriously concerned. It's not hackers or a foreign military threat, though those are real dangers. The weakness I'm talking about is something much more physical and surprisingly fragile: our high-voltage transformers. These aren't the small, gray cylinders you see on neighborhood utility poles. We're talking about massive, custom-built machines, some as big as a school bus, that are the backbone of our national power grid. They step up voltage to send electricity over long distances and then step it down for local distribution. Without them, entire cities and regions could go dark. So, what's the problem? There are two big ones. First, these transformers are incredibly difficult to replace. They aren't mass-produced on an assembly line. Each one is a bespoke piece of engineering, often tailored to a specific substation. The lead time to build a new one can be anywhere from 6 months to over 2 years. That's a long time to wait when a major metropolitan area is without power. And second, their locations are often public knowledge. They sit in substations, sometimes with little more than a chain-link fence for protection. This makes them a shockingly easy target for physical attacks. In 2013, a substation in California was targeted by gunmen who fired over 100 rounds into 17 different transformers, causing millions of dollars in damage and nearly shutting down Silicon Valley's power supply. It was a wake-up call, but have we done enough since then? The scary part is that a coordinated attack on just a handful of these key transformers across the country could trigger a cascading failure. One substation goes down, putting more strain on others, which then fail, creating a domino effect that could plunge large parts of the nation into a prolonged blackout. Think about the consequences: no clean water, no communication, no refrigerated food or medicine, and no functioning economy. It's a scenario straight out of a disaster movie, but the risk is very real. So, what's being done? It's a mix of good news and bad news. On one hand, the energy industry and government agencies are aware of the threat. There are efforts to improve physical security around critical substations with better fences, cameras, and sensors. There's also a push to create a strategic reserve of spare transformers, like the Grid Assurance Program, where utilities pull resources to have replacements ready. However, progress is slow. Upgrading security for thousands of substations is a monumental and expensive task, and building up a sufficient stockpile of these giant, custom transformers is a logistical nightmare. It is a classic case of trying to secure a vast and decentralized system against a threat that can strike anywhere, at any time. This isn't about fear-mongering, it's about being aware and prepared. The resilience of our power grid is something we all depend on, yet we rarely think about it until it fails. Supporting investments in grid modernization and security is crucial. It is about protecting our way of life from a vulnerability that has been hiding in plain sight. What do you think is the best way to protect our grid? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and if you found this illuminating, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives. See you next time.